Hello and welcome back. Today's video is a Shop My Stash makeup basket update. I really enjoy this series. I do it about every 2 weeks and I just pick 4 to 5 items at a time. I'm just trying to rotate through my collection because I do a lot of project pans and I end up using those products quite a bit. So I do not want to neglect anything else. I do have a whole Shop My Stash playlist that will be linked in the description box. Last time though, I did change it up and I did a roulette style Shop My Stash for the first time. And I really enjoyed it because I just noticed when I was picking the products myself, I was starting to pick a lot of the same products over and over again because I have been doing Shop My Stash for about 1.5 years. Therefore, I really did like the roulette and I'm doing a roulette again. I'm very excited. Maybe next time I'll go back to regular kind of picking things out myself, but I do like the roulette because I think it's kind of making me try different things that maybe were neglected. So the first half of the video, I'm going to recap the products from last time. And then the second half, I'll show you the ones that got picked through the roulette style. I decided to do that off camera because I don't think that's very exciting. I was just, clicking numbers on random.org and let's just get into it. I had 5 items and I used everything a lot except for this. This is an Anastasia liquid lipstick. This is the color Pure Hollywood. And I only used this once. I mean, it's just a pinky nude liquid lipstick. I have noticed lately, I have not been wearing lipstick as much. I am wearing lipstick today, but most days I've actually been wearing lip liner and lip gloss and just skipping the lipstick altogether. I've been really loving lip liner. I've been wearing lip liner almost every day nowadays. I just find that you get an accurate line and it lasts well throughout the day actually. So yeah, I do like this and I do like to wear nude liquid lipsticks with a lip gloss on top so that it's not drying and uncomfortable, but I only use this once, which is fine. I mean, I do like it, but yeah, I haven't been using a ton of lipstick. All right, everything else got a ton of use. The Bare Minerals Votan bronzer, I actually mentioned this in my recent favorites video. I've been loving this. I used it almost every single day through the Shop My Stash, except today I did decide to change it up. I'm wearing my e.l.f. bronzer, but I love this and I've talked about it a lot. It just looks really weird in the pan, but it's actually a very neutral color, which is really flattering on me. Definitely more cool tone bronzers do not look good because I do have warm undertones. But also I don't like the ones that make me look too orange, but I've used this almost every day and it is definitely a favorite. The blush that had been randomly picked was this Marc Jacobs blush. This is the Air Blush in Flesh and Fantasy. That is really difficult to say. This is a very peachy neutral type color. And I actually used this quite a bit. I gotta say, I think for a while I was very into intense bold blush, which is why I hadn't reached for this. As you can see, this is very light. Very neutral though, and I did wear it quite a bit. I really liked it. I actually I think I used this in one of the tutorials I did. I think it was in my Natasha Denona Bronze Shop My Stash video. I had a tutorial at the end and I did use this blush. Yeah, I think I go back and forth. I mean, today I'm wearing more intense blush. Most days I prefer an intense blush, but it was nice to change it up and use this. This is a very nice formula. And in the last Shop My Stash, I said I couldn't find these on the Sephora website anymore. But then last time I looked, I did see them in the sale section. I would not pay full price for this, by the way. Full price, it's $42. I think I got this 20% off in a VIB sale like 3 or 4 years ago. This is one of my older blushes anyway. I'm really glad that I used it and hopefully I do continue to reach for it because I do think a nice subtle blush is quite pretty. For highlighter, this had been randomly chosen and I am so happy I used this. I got so much use out of this palette. This is a Colourpop palette, but it's full of depotted and individual highlighters. I went over all of these in detail in my last Shop My Stash video, but I got a ton of use out of this. So definitely one of my favorites that I used quite a bit is this one here. This is Laced by Devinah, and this is a pink duochrome highlighter. Wow, this is amazing. There it is right there. I used this several times. Devinah highlighters are amazing. I think this is one of my favorite highlighter formulas, and unfortunately, because this is in this random magnetic palette, I forget about them, but I used that color a lot. And then another one I used a lot is another indie one. This is Emme Cosmetics in Peach Silk. That's EMME Cosmetics. I've done a whole review on this brand actually. I did a whole review on Devinah also. So if you're interested, you can check those out. You can just search for it on my channel. But this is a more intense foiled type metallic highlighter. Very beautiful. I used this several times. Love it. Such a good formula. I definitely want to order more from Emme Cosmetics. But a lot of their stuff right now, I checked their website the other day and a lot of their stuff is sold out. But it's a really good indie brand. And then also these are from Ofra. These all three of these are from Devinah. And then these two are Anastasia from the Sun Dipped Glow Kit. I don't think I used those much. I think I only used the Anastasia ones once, but I love this formula. I do have other glow kits, and for some reason I randomly depotted mine. I'm not even sure. Sometimes I randomly depot things and later regret it, which is why I stopped depotting, by the way. But I would say the Devinah and the Emme Cosmetics highlighters are amazing. If you want to try some indie highlighters, I definitely recommend those. Last but not least was the eyeshadow palette that was randomly chosen, and that was the Dose of Colors Baked Browns. I got a lot of use out of this. I mean, these are very simple, basic colors, but it did work out very well to use this with my Pan That palette because I only have 2 matte shades in my Pan That palette, and I combined this with other palettes that are in Project Pans just for everyday type stuff. Obviously, these are just matte brown eyeshadows with a cream color here, but I do love this Dose of Colors formula. I have 2 other of these palettes, and it's a really, really nice formula. Like I said, I did do the random number selection off camera, and this time I did only pick 4 items. And yeah, let me just show you what was randomly chosen. The first was a lipstick, and this is the Colourpop Just a Tint in the Strand. This is a really nice color, and I actually wore this in a recent video. Oh, in my Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties Shop My Stash video. There it is right there. It's a really pretty pink. And I like this formula. It's only slightly sheer. These ended up being more pigmented than I thought that they would be. Therefore, I'm really excited to use this more. It's a really nice everyday pink color. And yeah, I really do like that. And then for a blush, this Ofra blush was chosen, which I'm excited because this is one of my favorite blushes and I don't think I've used it in months, which is why I like to do Shop My Stash videos. This is the color Mai Tai. And they changed the packaging, but they do still have this color in that white packaging they have now. This is a very orange blush. I've talked about this a lot on my channel a while ago. I used to use this so much. It's a pretty bright orange. It doesn't look quite this neon on the face as it does in the swatch, but this Ofra formula is really fantastic and I'm excited to use it. The highlighter, I'm also very excited because it's something I haven't used in so long, which is why I'm really glad I'm doing this Roulette random style. This is the Undone Beauty 4-in-1 Highlighting Palette. And this is $10. This is sold at Target. This was actually sent to me for review via Octoly, and I absolutely love it. I really like this brand, Undone Beauty. I don't think that many people talk about it, but it's affordable, and yeah, if you live near a Target, it's sold there, which is convenient. This is fantastic. And again, I don't think I've used this in a while. My favorite is the pink stripe. And I gotta say, as far as striped products, sometimes I don't like when the stripes are so tiny that you can barely fit your brush in one of them, but these are wide enough that you can easily fit a highlighting brush in there. Let me swatch that pink one because that is a really beautiful color. It's a pretty intense. This is intense highlighter. There it is right there. Really pretty pink color. I'm excited to use this because it's definitely been neglected and you get a ton of product in here. I don't even know how much this is. Let's see. Yeah, 0.24 ounces. This is beautiful, really do like that, therefore I'm excited to use it. And last but not least was the eyeshadow palette that was randomly chosen, and that ended up being the Naked Reloaded by Urban Decay. And I really love this palette. It's one of my favorite neutral palettes. It got ranked pretty high in my ranking eyeshadow palette video. And I actually have hit pan on this. This was in my pie project pan where I did hit pan on this shade. It has a line in it because I used it a lot in my eyebrows. This is actually a really good color for my brows. And this is a great palette. I really do like it. I know a lot of people don't love this one. The shimmers can be a little bit more difficult to work with, but when I do use a wet brush, they look amazing. So I'm really excited because I don't think I've used this much since it was in my pie project. Therefore, I'm very thrilled about that. This is a very warm toned palette. It kind of doesn't look like it at first glance, but on the eyes, it's actually very warm toned. As far as cool tones, you know, there are these two. This one is more cool tone, this is more neutral, but yes. And a lot of people have said that this is similar to the Anastasia Sultry palette. Actually, a couple people recently asked me about that lately. And they're actually quite different because the Sultry is very cool toned. At first glance, these palettes do look similar, but on my eyes, they look completely different because this is very warm toned and Sultry is very cool, you know, silvery gray. Alrighty, that is it for this Shop My Stash. I am really enjoying the roulette style because I do think it is making me reach for things that perhaps I would not have picked for myself. So it's been a whole lot of fun. We'll see if I continue that. My Project Pan and my Shop My Stash playlists will be in the description box. That is it. Thank you so much for watching.